All right. And we are live. Episode
Mhm.
4 of the Chubby Cox podcast.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Let's get it, dude. We had a lot happen within this past week. I know we're getting too a little late, and that's partially my fault due to being sick and everything. So,
Yeah, I'm still missing. You know,
Josh Dobbs coming in,
appreciate
dog.
it.
He just tore up everything. He
Oh, for
just,
sure.
he came in. He was electric with his legs. He was electric with his arm. And he,
Yeah.
like, just the fact that he said that he was like, oh, I don't even know these dudes' last names. He's like, that's for next week.
Yeah. Next week we'll figure out.
Crazy.
We'll figure out names next week. Yeah.
That's crazy. The fact that, like, he just walks in there on, 5 days, basically, and then he comes
I
out there and he plays like that, man, that's what you like to see.
love it.
I mean,
I was excited.
yeah, I mean, it was an exciting time. I mean, I was definitely sitting there watching that game, and I was like, that's crazy. He's just going to come in here, and
Mhm.
he's going to ball out like that. Good for him. They said that's his
Yeah.
fifth different team in the last 4 months, I think they said.
Um, I'm not sure if it's that. It's something similar. Something weird.
I'm trying to
Something you
remember.
wouldn't expect.
So, well, he ended last season with Tennessee.
Yeah.
Went from Tennessee back to Cleveland. From Cleveland to Arizona. Arizona to Minnesota now.
So
That's
so
four.
4. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's probably a team I'm forgetting. I think he was on Jacksonville for a point last year, too.
I don't know.
The dude's played for a lot of teams. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah.
fact, he's a rocket scientist. Like he's got
Yeah,
like
he they call him the Pastronaut now.
the
I'm pretty
pastronaut.
sure I saw something. He was an intern for NASA. He's a rocket scientist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has a
he was an
job
intern
waiting
for
for him
NASA.
at NASA. So it's like as soon as he's like done playing football and decides, I want to go and like do something with my degree, he's got a job waiting
NASA
for him
just
with
on speed
NASA.
dial.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
How many people do you know can just say, "All right, not only am I a professional athlete, but I'm also going to be able to just walk into NASA and take a
yeah.
job
I'm
whenever I
also
want."
a genius.
Yeah, it's okay, guys. I'm just a genius.
Yeah, I know everything. That's all.
Yeah, dude, that's just crazy. To me, maybe it's just because I'm an idiot, but I don't know, man. Good for him.
I mean, I can't play football and I can't work for NASA. So the fact that he's doing both is a little crazy to me.
I mean, shit, dog. Step your game up, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
But he came out and he got that win for them. So hey, what are you
I
gonna do?
mean, almost single-handedly. I mean, he was throwing to receivers that, as a Vikings fan, I've never seen on the field in purple. Jackson, I forget his first name, but I'd never seen him on the field before. We just elevated him that day, and he's hitting them for 20-yard crossing routes. Doesn't know who he is, so he's open. Hit him.
He's open to hit him. I
Yeah.
mean, hey, he got the job done. He's getting the start again this week.
Yep.
So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see if he can, keep it rolling or not.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, no point in rushing Jaron back in now with him getting that win. It almost seems stupid to try to get Jaron back in the next week after the concussion. So
yeah, I don't foresee them shoving him back in there. So to me, he's probably gonna be the guy going forward.
yeah, as long as he doesn't have a couple bad game stretch. If he struggles against a couple teams, they might try to throw Jaron back in to see what happens, but I don't see it happening, especially
Maybe.
with Justin coming back.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how he plays because most of the places he's gone, he really hasn't had a ton of like offensive weapons to like work
Yeah,
with.
starting with.
So, I mean, I'm just curious to see what he can do with some decent talent around him. Maybe he'll do better than he has in his previous locations, but it's one of those things where
Yeah,
we're just gonna have to wait and see. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, he definitely hasn't had the best receiver in the world. Now he does. So I mean,
I mean, yeah,
that's always nice.
that's definitely gonna help big time.
And I
Um,
mean,
I mean,
TJ's. No slouch either, but
Yeah, I was about to say, whatever. I digress. But speaking of quarterback injuries, Danny Dimes out for the rest of the year.
ACL gone, no longer exists, from what I heard.
Probably
It just
losing his starting position in the process. He had what, one decent year basically.
yeah. Last year
It was
they
a
went
4-year,
10-7.
$160 million extension.
Yeah, 94 guaranteed. 94 guaranteed is sitting on your bench if you don't start him. I don't know how the fans will feel about that.
I mean, yeah, yeah, he's probably. I don't know. I don't know, man. He's
I
probably
thought,
gonna end up being the starter still, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, to me, they're better off, like not even seeing. They don't have anybody on the roster to like sit there and say, "Let's see what we got."
I mean, they
They're
got Tyrod. Isn't that DeVito guy? Tommy DeVito starting?
well, yeah, DeVito's starting because
Because
Tyrod's still
Tyrod
hurt.
is hip or whatever ribs. Um, yeah, I mean DeVito. I'm pretty sure I saw something. He's gonna break a record on Sunday if he does something. I forget. I didn't see what the record was. They wouldn't show me, but it said that he's
Oh,
on pace to break a record on Sunday. Probably something
interesting.
with playing behind bad quarterbacks.
Behind that terrible
He's,
offensive line, he's gonna get
he's
murdered.
the second. He's the second Giants QB ever to back up two horrible quarterbacks.
Whoa, easy on the Tyrod slander, okay?
I mean, come on. At this point in his career, in his prime with the Bills, was it that year? 1 year he had that he went off
He
at
was
like
good. He was good
3,000
with the
passing.
Bills, and he went to the Browns. Didn't really have a chance with the Browns. He goes
Yeah,
to the Chargers, gets that needle in his lung, and he can't play. So like, I don't know. The he's had a rough go of it. I mean, like,
he's
what do you
he's
want
kind
from
of
the
the
guy?
perfect bridge quarterback, though.
He is. He's a
It
smart
seems. I mean,
dude. He
thus
seems to
far,
like be willing to. He seems to be willing to like give people that mentorship that they need. He's not like, I don't know. I mean, it's just what you want from your veteran quarterback.
yeah, he's a great. I mean, I would imagine being team to team, teams wouldn't want to keep signing him if he wasn't a good locker room guy. At least, I mean, as a veteran QB that's not likely to start, you'd want him to be a good locker room guy.
At least a good locker room guy.
Yeah,
So I mean, from what I've seen or from what I've read, yeah, he seems like he's a good locker room guy.
yeah,
But they don't have anybody really there. I mean, they're kind of just doomed. Um, it's unfortunate for their team, but
yeah,
yeah, I don't know about the Chiefs' big win.
yeah. Without Kelsey,
I
basically,
mean, yeah, dude, Kelsey is struggling. The Taylor Swift thing.
that stats still holding. Stats still
It's
holding.
still holding, which blows my mind. There
Yeah,
is no reason that yeah, there's no reason that it should be
that shouldn't be something that people can find and think
yeah,
of.
yeah. Like
And the fact that
you're the
it's
best tight end in the game, and then like Taylor Swift's not at the game, and you're magically only averaging like 40 yards a game.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he had like 3 for 14, 3 catches, 14 yards, and that's it.
I think the dude I was playing in fantasy had him, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get clapped in the tight end category this week. And then I saw him, and I was like,
Nope.
ha!
Wow.
I was like, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
I was shocked. Maybe it was because they were in Germany. He didn't feel right not being in America. 9:30 in our time, so I don't know. Maybe we'll come back and have a big game back in
Maybe,
the States.
maybe. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see because he could bounce back and prove us all wrong. But I mean, I don't know. But the
That's what he needs.
Dolphins are like pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. They play bad teams. They look phenomenal. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Super Bowl contender. And hey, can you guys shut up and get out? Y'all are ridiculous. And then they
Yeah.
go and they play these teams and then they're bums.
Yeah,
The
it's
good
I
teams
saw a
play their
stat.
bums.
They haven't beaten a team over 500 in like 410 days.
What?
They haven't beaten a team that was over 500 in over a year.
That is
Um,
wild.
I mean, it seems as if Tyreek's still leading in yards. Tua's, I'm pretty sure, still in the lead. They're just getting a bunch of points against these bad teams and falling apart completely almost against the good teams. I mean, going into even this week, I thought about Dolphins being the team to dethrone the Chiefs for real this time, like a good team coming in and
Yeah,
competing with
me
the
neither.
Chiefs, and they didn't show up. I don't know what's going on with. Is it? Do we think it's the play calling that's changing against better teams? They're not being as ballsy,
Maybe.
or are they just shutting down, getting shut down?
I mean,
It's
I just feel like they're getting shut down against these like higher quality teams because I mean, even like the whole Tyreek fumble thing was weird. I mean, that's a play that works 95% of the time for them. So
yeah,
I don't know. He came out on his podcast and he was saying that it was Cedric Wilson's fault that he fumbled the ball, and I'm like, what? I'm like, you just got the ball ripped out of your arms. I'm like, that's kind of on you there, big dog. But
yeah. There's nothing you can do about that
right, I mean,
other than get stronger. I don't know.
you don't see CD Lamb fumbling.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you see other stars get ripped like that? I mean, they usually have the knack to get down.
I mean, it was a wild week and for receivers because you got CD proven he's probably a top 5 receiver.
I mean, yeah, after that performance, that was insane.
I mean, I saw a stat. It was like, man, imagine if Dak had, weapons like C.J. Stroud, and it literally was like Dalton Schultz, Noah Brown, and then like the top 5 receivers. And that's the reason. But they changed their offense too much to try to make it so Gallup was like featured in it again, and it just
Yeah, I
wasn't
don't
working well for him. Everybody's blaming Zeke. Zeke's not
hate
the
that.
issue. Zeke
No,
was
I
never
don't think
the
so.
issue. Zeke had what, 12 touchdowns last year for him?
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, he was averaging what, 3.5 yards carry.
Something like that. It was close to that, yeah, at least.
But the offensive
Him and
line,
Pollard
they
were
weren't
close.
healthy.
None of them.
None of
They
them were
had just
healthy.
about no one.
Yeah. So, there's no running lanes for the dude. What do you want from him? I mean, it
Yeah.
makes zero sense to me. Um,
From that play, the slow mo and everything, he just forgot. Like, it was college
I
still.
mean, he has done a phenomenal job so far in his career of getting both feet down in. So I don't know what happened there. He had so much room. There was no excuse for it.
Yeah, I saw a picture. It was like he had 4 foot. And like his left foot's down, his right foot's back still, and he's got 4 foot of room.
Yeah, and like I just don't know. I don't know what happened. He's in a bad mood because he was. I don't know. There seems to be a big dysfunction between them, and he needs to. I'm not gonna say he needs to figure himself out because he's doing what he needs to do. The offensive side of the ball needs to figure out how to put it in his hands because
For sure.
him having 2 receptions on the day is not gonna cut
Not
it.
not acceptable. He's their future receiver. Deontay's good, but George Pickens is their future receiver. He
Deontay
is
drops the ball a lot for me. I
a
mean,
lot.
a lot. I mean, I like him as a player. Like, he's gonna do some good things for you, but then he's just
Yeah.
gonna have some like really bonehead drops. To me, it's like a Braylon Edwards. I'm like, you're gonna make these crazy
Oh,
catches, and then you're just gonna drop the easiest ones of your life.
that's an insane pull out of the memory bank. I haven't thought of him in forever.
Man,
Braylon
Braylon
Edwards,
Edwards was one of the most talented receivers to come out of Michigan and then do
yeah,
nothing. The Browns curse is real, dude. Like
for sure.
they just take really good players and they're like, you know what?
No,
No, you're gonna be bad.
but you're bad now.
You're bad. But I don't know. It's just it makes zero sense to me how like they're just gonna like give him 2 receptions. But
Yeah. Speaking of the
whatever.
Browns, Watson Looked pretty
Watson.
good.
He second half he looked really good. That
Yeah,
first half he was like spiking the ball into like the ground. I was
yeah,
like, dude, where are you throwing that? Everything was going like right to like their tippy toes. And it's like, dude, come on, get the ball up just a little bit, put it in their chest, make it easier on your receivers
yeah, exactly. Make it easy on them a little bit.
because they were open. So it's not like it was a separation issue. It was just he was missing
Missing
low,
the throws. Yeah,
and like
which is odd for him,
he's got a weird
but
delivery though. So like, I don't know.
yeah,
His arm it just looks goofy when he's throwing the ball. But man, does he sling it like that deep ball
he
of 3 and a
does.
half? Woo,
Yeah,
woo.
I mean,
The one to
the play I
Amari?
always the play I always think of Deshaun is I don't know if you remember. I think it was the 2018 divisional or something. He gets kicked in the eye,
Oh
and like you remember that? No,
no.
he got a bunch of dirt thrown in his face from breaking a sack, and then the dude's foot comes up and clips him in the eye through his helmet, and then one eye makes a dime throw to the
Hmm?
back of the end zone. I don't know. That's the play I always think of, and his arm movement in that is so weird, but it's a dime.
That's
Him and
crazy.
Patty, him, Patty, Justin Herbert, the weird, smooth releases, and they just go.
You know what? I think of somebody just getting like smeared. I think of like Justin Fields in that championship game against Clemson when he got hit super late and he still threw a
Yeah.
dime on that play.
Oh yeah. I remember watching that game. Yeah, he got lit up.
That game was wild. I mean, speaking of the Buckeyes, I mean, how we feeling about them?
I mean,
Still not a McCord fan.
I I don't know. I haven't watched. I don't really watch college football that often, but I do watch Ohio State. For what I've seen from him, he's still somewhat young. I'm pretty sure sophomore or junior, something like that, at least,
He's a
if not younger.
junior. He's
Junior.
same class as Marv Jr., but because they went to high school together,
Yeah,
which I don't know. They were all like, "Oh, he's a 5-star recruit, dude." McCord is only a 5-star recruit because he played with
because of
Marvin
Marvin.
Harrison Jr. in high school.
Yeah.
Dude, you
He,
give
he,
me Marvin Harrison Jr. in high school, I'm gonna come out a 5-star recruit.
I mean, yeah, the 1-8. You know the meme. Fuck it, 1-8's down there somewhere.
Right.
From a couple years ago with Joe and Jamar. I mean, that's all they have to do. Give Marvin Harrison the ball, you win the national championship. That's how I'm looking at their season right now.
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're just hitting it on crossing routes, and he's taking it to the house. Just let it happen.
let it
If
happen.
it's
Hit him.
working, I mean, to this day, I'll still say that late hit in that Georgia game last year. If Marv doesn't get knocked out, we win that game.
Probably that game was didn't they win on a last second field goal?
They won in the last second because we missed a field goal.
Right.
Wide
Oh, right.
left.
Oh, it was right at midnight on New Year's.
It's like
I remember that.
way to roll into the new year.
Yep, he kicked it
Mm,
as the clock struck 12.
yeah.
One left. Yeah, that sucks. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Start the year off with a poop.
yeah. I
Steamy,
mean,
steamy
it's
hot deuce. Amara, were you in the trash? Dude, this dog just walks past me with trash in her mouth like she ain't got nothing going on. It's like nothing to see here.
just walking through, passing through,
just passing through some trash. Get out of the trash.
making my way downtown, walking fast
With some trash. Faces
with
pass. I'm
some trash.
homebound. Yeah, that's right. I don't know, but I got the list here for our picks of last week. So what do you think your record was
From last week,
from last week? What do you think your record was?
I struggled.
Are you
I'm gonna say 7-7.
are
It's
you
14
are
games,
you
right?
sure about that?
Did I not struggle?
You did not struggle.
Oh, I thought I missed a few.
You went 11-3.
Oh,
Your boy went
oh,
8-6.
yes. Okay, I thought you meant this week. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. So last week, Steelers Titans game, you picked the Titans. I
Yep.
rocked with my Steelers. The Dolphins Chief game, You obviously went with the Chiefs. I went with the Dolphins. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah,
Seahawks, Ravens. We both went Seahawks. Boy, were we wrong.
a little bit wrong, a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Gino Big struggled. How about that?
Yeah,
That's his
the Ravens.
first. That's his first like actual bad game as a starter for the Seahawks.
Yeah, which is, I mean, he was gonna have one eventually. It happens to everyone. Everyone has bad games, but to struggle like that, I mean, the Ravens didn't throw the ball.
Oh my God,
They're running. They ran
Lamar
the ball the whole game and just
Lamar
won.
could not throw the ball to save his life
Yeah,
on Sunday.
they didn't have to though. They could just run it in. At one point, I looked at the score and it was 30-3. I don't remember what the finish was, but I saw it and it was 30-3 at one point.
I think it finished. I think it finished that, didn't it?
Yeah,
I believe so. Cardinals Browns. We both went Browns, so that was an easy dub, easy
yeah.
pick. Buccaneers Texans. Have yourself a day, CJ Stroud. Dude was balling.
Yeah.
I saw him throw
Um,
one pass to Tank Dell. That touchdown he threw in the back of the end zone. It rainbowed that. Drops it right in the
in the
breadbasket.
bucket.
I'm
In
like,
the bucket.
dude, how does I don't know if you're Carolina how you justify taking Bryce Young over CJ Stroud.
At this point, yeah.
I mean,
With what Stroud's done.
everything going into the draft, it seemed like it was a lock that Stroud was going to Carolina because what's his face? Josh McCown is the offensive coordinator for them, and
Yeah.
he was like best friends with Stroud throughout the whole process. And it seems like David Tepper, owner of the Panthers, just came down and was like, I like this
Nah.
Bryce Young guy. We should take him.
He won a national title, didn't he?
I don't think
That's
he
what we
did.
need.
I don't think he
No?
did.
I thought he got one.
No, I
His
don't.
like the year before Georgia went back to back. He didn't get one?
I don't think so.
I thought he did.
Let's go. Let's look at it. I'll pull it up right
Yeah,
now.
that's check.
NCAA champions. All right. Let me look here.
He was a backup. Never mind. He won it in 2020 with Max starting.
I was about to say. I
But
mean, his first year, he won a Heisman.
SEC, the SEC championship.
Yeah, he won the Heisman though, which was like the big thing. But he had a lot of like really talented receivers there with him, and then he struggled last year. And I don't
I
know.
don't know.
He struggled
I
last year without his receivers there. So like to me, and I look at that and I'm like, okay, so he doesn't have this like immense talent around him, and he can't really put up the numbers that everybody expects him to. So is he really that good?
yeah. I mean, maybe that's what teams looked at though. They might have looked at him and said, "We saw how he was with talent. If we can get him to that point again in the NFL with talent, it could work." Which I still think it could. He's still young. I don't think we can put anything on him yet. But Stroud just mechanically just looked better in college, in my opinion. His throws were just he threw darts down the field. Every deep ball looked almost always was just a dart to someone. It was I thought it was obvious he was the choice. And then that test came out though. Didn't Stroud struggle on that test? The
The
Wonderlicks.
Wonderlic. Yeah, they said he struggled on it. I'm like, dude.
I don't
Sometimes they put too much, but what do we know? We're
just a couple of guys.
just a couple of guys. Then we go Bear Saints. Um, we said there was a caveat with Fields. It was going to be the Bears. With no
Yeah,
Fields, we had the Saints. We
no
were
fields.
we were right. There was no Fields, so called that one right. And here was the shocker: the Vikings Falcons. We both picked Vikings, and boy, did, like we talked about at the beginning, Josh Dobbs coming in the clutch, proving
Mm-hmm.
us right, justifying our picks for the Vikings to be the winners. You know what we like to see. Rams
Oh,
Packers. You remember what you picked here?
Rams Packers. Fuck the Packers, so I picked Rams.
You picked the Rams. I stuck with my guns. I picked the Packers. Came out on top.
Yeah, yeah, that one stings.
Pause. I'm a little confused how I went 8-6 here. Something the math ain't mathing because
Eight and
next.
six. That was your record from the first week we did it.
Oh.
11-3 was my record from the week that week too.
Okay. Commanders Patriots. You took the Patriots. I stood my ground and I took the Commanders. Sam Howell proved me right. That's what we like to see. He's been balling
Yeah.
out. He's leading the
Wait.
league in so many like statistical passing categories. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Colts Panthers. Both Colts. So I mean,
Yeah.
let's go through here. So week 1. Ooh, I was cooking this week.
Yes, sir.
I had to make up for that terrible showing last week. So that brings me to a record of 16-8 so far.
I'm 17-7.
Sheesh. So it's
Getting
close.
close.
Close. You're sneaking one out right now.
But got
Up
a
up
little advantage.
up by one. You're up by one. Um so we'll go ahead and we'll go through real quick and we'll make our predictions for this week. You want to pull up the list and see who we got playing who this week? I'll go ahead and we'll let you pull up that list and then I'll just make sure I mark it all down.
I got you. Because the Vikings are my favorite team, they are first.
Okay, all right.
Saints Vikings. Saints Vikings. I'm going Vikings, obviously.
I'm going Vikings as well.
Can't blame me. Next we got Colts Pats. Colts Patriots. Um I'm gonna stick to going against the Colts and go with the Patriots myself.
I was also thinking of going with the Patriots.
Yeah,
I just feel like Bill Belichick cannot. I don't know. He cannot start a season off 2-8. I don't
yeah,
see
I
it
don't think he
happening.
can allow that himself. Eight losses. It might be more than he's ever had. That's insane. Like ever.
I think that
Eight
like
ever.
his worst year, even like yeah, his worst year, he's only been 500.
Yeah. He's been below by 500 because Mike Tomlin has that stat. He's the only one.
True, very true.
So he's been below 500 at least once.
It's probably pre Brady,
Oh yeah, probably the year or two before Brady.
probably the year that. Yeah, because Drew Bledsoe took him to the playoffs.
Yeah, he was good. It could have been one of the years Brady was hurt. The year Brady was hurt, they might have struggled.
Yeah, but the year that Brady was hurt, Matt Castle started for them, and they went 10-6, and they missed the
And,
playoffs.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah, I
though.
don't know. It's weird. Next we got Browns Ravens interdivision.
I'm taking the
That's
I'm
tough.
taking the Browns.
Taking the Brown, I was thinking about it, but the Ravens look like they could potentially be, dare I say, the best team in football. So
Ooh.
I'm a stick to Baltimore.
Oh, okay. All right.
After that, Texans Bengals.
Mm.
Ooh, after a good game from Stroud, T. Higgins isn't playing. Jamar Chase is.
I'm going Texans.
Me and Ma would be mad if I didn't go Bengals. I'm gonna go Bengals. Jamar gets 250.
All right. Fair enough.
Then we got Niners Jags. No way the
Man,
Niners lose four in a row. No way.
Especially adding Chase Young into the mix.
Yeah, I don't see a possibility that they lose. The Jags are good, obviously, but I'm gonna say the Niners.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm also gonna go with Niners.
Yeah. We got your favorite team, Steelers Packers.
Easy pick.
Fuck the Packers. Was pretty confidently say the Falcons.
Yeah, I don't see the Falcons losing this game. I
Even
mean,
if Drake London gets hurt or stays hurt, I don't
yeah, he's not
think it
playing.
matters. He's not.
No, he's out.
Okay.
I don't think it really matters though. I mean, Jonnu Smith has been balling out for them,
I mean,
which
Kyle Pitts is still Kyle Pitts, so
Kyle Pitts isn't getting targets, so that's the issue.
he needs to. That's insane that you would spend that high of a pick on a tight end and not.
Arthur Smith is just an idiot, dude. Like the guy, I don't know. He's just a moron. Like
He got it. He has to hate every
he's splitting
fantasy owner.
reps with Bijan and Tyler Algier. Like I'm sorry, but Bijan's averaging like 7 yards a carry. There's no reason he should be splitting
Yeah,
carries with anyone.
it might be 7 on the money right now.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
it's insane.
he's
He
gonna
needs
get
to be playing.
he's gonna get fired.
He needs to. Then we got Lions Chargers.
Lions all day.
Hate to say it, yeah. Lions got to.
I still Lions are my pick for the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I think they'll go. I think Dallas. Like I said, I still think Dallas will win it, but I think they might get there. And the Chargers are mediocrity. They're the definition of it. So 4-5 seems more realistic.
Hey Herbo looking a little rough out there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if it's the broken finger or what the issue is.
probably has something to do with it. I don't know. He'll figure it out. He always does. He's good.
I mean, yeah, he'll be
Um,
fine. He's got a lot of talent, so I don't see that holding him back for too long.
oh, for sure. We got Giants Cowboys.
How crazy would it be if DeVito comes out and beats the
Uh,
Cowboys?
Imagine. No.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, Cowboys.
It's not gonna happen. But boy, would that be wild.
I I wouldn't want to be in my dad's house when that happened. Holy,
I
would that
wouldn't.
be bad?
I wouldn't want to be in your mom's house if that happened.
Yeah, but I can tune her out easier. My dad, you can't tune out, and my grandpa too. When they both go at the same time, it's like when a jet is like flying over those like uh plane shows or whatever,
Yeah.
and they'll break the sound barrier. It's that when their voices collide after something happens at a Cowboys game, it's just boom, and it radiates. So I don't like it. Cowboys all day.
Cowboys. Yeah. I just don't see the Giants pulling that one out.
I hope not. Yeah, that would be insane. Cowboys, Seahawks, or Cowboys, Commanders, Seahawks.
Oh man, Commanders keep it rolling.
After the bad game, Gino's got to bounce back. Just so everyone knows that he still ain't writing back. He ain't writing the letter back.
I mean, I see him bouncing back. I just don't see.
The Commanders have no defensive line.
Yes, they do. They have
No. I'm sorry.
They have
No
Jonathan.
defensive end.
Okay, there you go.
No defensive
I was
end.
gonna say they've got Jonathan Allen and they've got De'Aaron Payne.
Yeah, they're not gonna
Arguably two of the best defensive tackles in the game.
for sure. I don't see them getting pressure though off the edge at all.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know who
Hey,
they have on
exactly.
the edge anymore.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's the thing.
you trade Sweat, you trade Young. Who do you have on the outside at this point?
I know they have a rookie that's going to start this week, and then a vet on the other end. I can't remember who the vet is, but there's a rookie and a vet on both ends. I don't see a scenario where Gina is not licking his chops right now.
Well, I mean, even Emmanuel Forbes, who was their first round pick this year, has been struggling big time at corner. He's the most targeted corner in the league. Like the dude has been getting torched. I mean, he had a decent game last week, but oh, hello.
Oh, hi, puppy.
Yes. All right. Get down, little one. Get down. You don't need to be in my lap. Um, but yeah, he was the most targeted cornerback in the league. Like, he got torched every single week. And then last week they played the Patriots, who have Mac Jones as their quarterback. Like, well, what is Mac Jones going to do against you?
He had a good game, right, Forbes?
Yeah, he had a good
Last
game
week.
last week. But like I said, you're playing the
That's,
Patriots with Mac Jones. So,
but maybe he needed that good game to spark something. It could be a confidence thing. Maybe because he struggled the first couple weeks and teams saw that and started targeting him, he could have. It's very easy to get down on yourself and play bad because of it.
I mean, it's possible. But,
Maybe a good game bounces him back in. You never know. But
well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
DK might have something to say about that. Hopefully JSN does because I have to play him in fantasy
I mean, yeah.
if he plays.
Yeah, if
Then we got Jets Raiders. Should be a good one.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I think the
I don't.
culture change going on down there, it just continues to go. What's his
I
name?
don't think.
Antonio Pierce? Is that the new coach?
Yeah, yeah.
I think he just keeps it rolling.
There's going to be too many players on the sideline.
They had him down there last week.
There's going to be too many on the sideline. I'm telling you, it's going to be too much.
I mean, I
I'm,
don't.
I'm, I'm taking the Jets.
You're wild.
That
You're wild.
defense is so good.
Dude, when the head coach of the team is saying that Zach Wilson is an issue,
I
did you
think
watch the same
both of
game
them.
as me?
Huh?
Did you watch the same game as me?
It just
He is scheming the receivers wide open.
for one
Wide
game
open.
for
Okay.
this game, but it
Okay.
hasn't happened. It's not like it's been like that forever.
Well,
He schemed a good game.
the issue has been is that he's been up in that stupid little box, not down on the field with his players. You know, like, okay, what'd you see here? What'd you see there? You know, when you're down on the field interacting with your players, you can learn
You
so much more.
have to be. I don't. I don't get why you wouldn't want to be. Why would you want to be in the box?
I've never understood why offensive coordinators sit in the box because you're stupid. How are you supposed to go
Yeah,
talk with your
you get to
players?
see everything.
They're
Cool,
like,
but you don't
oh,
get to
I can
over them. I've been saying it. I don't know. I think the Bills will win if Josh Allen plays Josh Allen football. But
what, throwing interceptions?
okay, fair. If he, I don't know. If he doesn't do that, how about that?
Yeah, I
That's all he
mean,
has to do is
I'm
not
gonna
turn the ball over, and
I'm,
they should win.
I'm gonna go Bills too, just because like I feel like they are the more superior team, and if they lose this game, then
The more better team.
the more better team.
Yes.
But okay, so we got our picks for this week. We'll come back to that next week, see how we're looking. You know, I'll probably be ahead at that point.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. But we're gonna fly through some baseball and some basketball stuff here. We'll just cook right through it. You know,
Yeah.
Mr. October, Corey Seager.
Basically.
I mean,
I mean,
good for him. Balling
if you
out.
if you haven't seen the stats, look at them side by side. In 77 games for both, Corey has one more home run than Reggie Jackson, and they have the same amount of RBIs. I mean,
1 year though.
what else is there to say?
Just 1 year.
It's a no. That's a modern day Mr. October.
We'll see. If he can sustain it and do this for a couple years, then we can talk. But
Yeah,
he's pretty good though, so I don't see it being an issue.
yeah. I mean, I love him. I wish he would have never left. Obviously,
Our weekly fuck the Astros.
fuck the Astros, pussies.
A bunch of cheaters. Yankees going after Belly and Soto. We were kind of touching on this before we started going live.
Yeah.
I do. As a Yankees fan, I would love to see both of them in the Yankees uniform. I don't see it happening with Stanton on the team. They're not going to pay
4 outgoers.
4, and then they're going to
5
have to
basically.
let Glaber go. And then I mean, if they let Glaber, it's a whole domino piece. Where, like you're gonna have to let Glaber go, let somebody else play second base. Do you move Volpe to second and then you let Peraza play short? But then you got to figure out what you're doing at
Interesting.
third. I
Yeah,
mean, I would much rather them keep Glaber, or if you want to let Glaber go, bring up oh, Trey Sweeney, let him play
yeah.
second. Let
He's been playing
Peraza
well.
play. Yeah, he's been playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Let Peraza play third because the dude has got a cannon of an arm.
Canyon. Oh yeah.
Cannon. He's got a Gold Glove talent. Just let him play. Like you let him grow at the plate. Like they're just so worried about. Like, well, he struggled at the plate this year.
Yeah, but you have
You
Aaron
kept
Judge for that.
Yeah, you kept bouncing him back and forth between the minors and the majors. Let the kid just sit there and play. Like you can't bring him up for 5 games. Say, oh, he hit 230. Sending him back down.
I
Okay,
mean,
what is he doing with those at bats? Is he striking out, or is he
hard
popping
hits.
out, getting hits, and he's getting grounded out? Like because if he's making solid contact, I'm not that
That's
worried about it
it,
because they're
it,
gonna start to drop.
mhm. It always that's baseball.
I mean,
It's
because
highs and lows.
that's been the thing with them with Estevan Florial, who's been one of the top rated prospects for the last 3 years. The dude goes down in AAA, and like he hits, I don't know, it's like somewhere around like 280, 290, but he's hitting a ton of home runs, but everything else is a strikeout. So
Yeah,
yeah, if you sign both of them, you're not going to keep a spot for Dominguez, which is going to be awful for his growth. And then
yeah. I
he's
mean,
same thing with what's his name? They brought him up at the end of the season.
for like the last few weeks.
Pereira,
Oh yeah, what's his first name?
Everson.
Everson Pereira.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Sounds familiar. I
I
don't know about the
think,
first name. Pereira
yeah,
is the first name.
yeah, but he was struggling at the plate, but he played great for them in the minors. They just need to give him a little more time,
Mm-hmm.
But let those two young guys play. If you want to bring in Bellinger, that's fine. Bellinger can play just about anywhere in the field that you want him to. So like,
As a lefty.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
play him wherever you need him. His bat's gonna be good.
hopefully.
Just yeah, I mean hopefully. But
Hopefully he stays consistent. That's all I want for him.
but yeah, I mean they just got to do something like that because
Yeah, they got if they get one of the two, it's a good offseason.
yeah, I mean I'm fine
I
with
mean,
Soto. Just
yeah.
get one or the other.
Fine with Soto. You're just fine. You're just fine with Soto.
I'm just fine with Soto. I'm just fine with him.
That's what's up. I'm telling you, bro. He needs to get out of San Diego.
Yeah, I mean
I
there's
don't know
just
what they were thinking.
I don't know. I think San Diego is just an overrated team. That's just my
I
opinion.
hate San Diego. As a Dodgers fan, I hate San
You
Diego.
hate San Diego because they took Machado.
No, I hated Machado, dude. Oh my
Oof.
goodness. He
Mm,
sucked for us. He was horrible for us.
that's
We overpaid
crazy.
him way too much.
That's crazy because I remember a certain somebody during softball season playing third base, getting a ball and yelling "Chado."
He's always a great fielder. You can't discredit his fielding. He's one of the greatest fielding third basemen ever. But he struggled at the plate for us. I hated him.
But we'll slide over to some basketball real quick to round this out. I mean, Luka's dominating like
Luca's
usual.
my pick for MVP
Is this?
as of right now.
I mean, is this the year that he finally wins finally wins that MVP?
I mean, I got a stats pulled up here.
All right, let's see it.
Right now, he's averaging 31, 9, and 8.8 on 48, 38. 48, 39.
That's crazy.
I mean, 1.5 steals a game. That'll probably drop a little bit. He's not really a defensive guy. And obviously, the biggest competitor would be Jokic, which I have his stats pulled up too. 29, 13, and 8. Tough to beat.
I think it's going to come down to whose team is doing better.
Yeah, which as of right now, it is the Nuggets, obviously.
Yeah, they're on a hot streak. I don't see anybody stopping them.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that,
I
but if the Mavs can hold out the 2 seed, Luca has a fighting chance.
I think he has a fighting chance if they come out with the 2 seed. I
Yeah,
mean, talking about hot teams though, you got Boston staying hot, playing well.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
the thought of like staying with that young core that they had and not changing it up too much is working
yeah.
out well for them.
They started out hot 5-0, and then they've lost their last two, but still,
Still a hot start.
they started out real hot, and I mean, with the addition of Drew Holiday, that's scary.
That's that veteran leadership that they needed. Like
Yeah,
I get that they had Horford, but like Horford's like from what I can tell, seems like he's more laid back. He's not like gonna be like that leader that they need.
yeah.
Um,
Drew will be.
well, and that when you got young guys like that, it happens. I mean, prime example, like look at the Hornets with LaMelo. He's
Yeah,
had no veteran like leadership there, so like they're not gonna do anything. But he's finally starting to put it together because he's in year what
yeah.
3, 4, 3 I
I
think.
think three.
So
I think
he's
three.
going into year 3, finally starting to mature a little bit. Triple dub last night,
Yeah, last
and
game that I saw at least.
he put the clamps on Halliburton that I saw, and
Hmm.
dude, that was like his biggest knock coming into the league was that he didn't play defense.
But I mean, you didn't.
Come
What are
on,
you looking at
yeah,
to say that he wasn't really playing? It's tough to say that he doesn't play defense. You never really saw him play defense. That's not what you watched when you watched LaMelo Ball.
no, you watched him
You
pull up from
watched
half
his
court,
crazy,
shooting the ball and pointing at
yeah,
you.
half court, the crazy playmaking. That's why they drafted him. And if they can get, honestly, what I would love to see, like when they had Miles Bridges before he became a piece of shit, those lobs that he would throw to him, they need to get a Zion, not a Zion, but a Zion.
Or
I
Zion.
mean, we saw Lonzo with him, and it was nasty. I loved it. LaMelo with him would probably be nice too.
I mean, yeah, everybody talks about LaMelo being a scorer, but man, can he facilitate the ball too?
His passes are so pretty, so pretty.
Well, like everybody wants to talk about how like, oh, LeBron's 6'9", look at him seeing the floor like this as a small forward. Dude, LaMelo's like
LaMelo,
6'8", six
6'8"?
nine. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'8".
Dude's
That's
just
stupid.
he's just skinny.
I mean, the biggest comp for him, the only comp really for his build and play style is Magic Johnson.
I mean,
A big
shoots a little lot
with
better.
a shot and worse defensively, better shooter, but the playmaking and the build and everything. I mean, other than the weight, but he plays bigger than he is. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, he's not afraid to get down in there and body some
Yeah,
people.
yeah. I mean, and if they get intent to distribute,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
possession with intent to distribute, obviously no, but just possession, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't the charge get dropped and like taken off records?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it was legal then, but now that it is legal, you kind of should look at that and be like, well, we were mistaken in saying it was that bad of a drug. It's legal now. They should probably at least be alleviated a little bit.
I stand by the statement that I've said for years. I would rather hang around with a group of stoners than I would a group of alcoholics.
Mm-hmm.
Because when people drink, they just get hyper and aggressive and they want to do like a ton of stuff and they always want to fight people. Whereas like when
Yeah.
people smoke, man, they just want to sit around, eat some.
Everyone's
But
yeah.
yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll end with that. But to end it out, we got the big girl Imara here. Come here.
Yep.
She wants to.
Oh,
The big old baby.
the big poppers.
Yeah, the big old
And with them.
130-pound beast here wanted to
Yeah.
pop up and say hello to everybody, and then the little rugrat's gonna come up here and get growled at probably because the boot. Ow! The big
Get him,
one.
get him.
Yeah, get him. No, actually, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, that's enough.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, there it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, that's enough. You get down. You had your fun in the sun, but okay, Tucker. He's growling from the couch.
Oh.
But yeah. So we're gonna go ahead. We'll call it a wrap for today. That was a good episode 4. For those of you
Yeah.
that popped in here and gave us a little bit of your time, we appreciate you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot them out. Or even if you want to stop, say hi, just shoot a little message in the chat. Let us know you're here.
Yeah.
You guys have any suggestions on like talking points? Just shoot a message in here, or
Understand.
shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or
Yeah.
whatever social media you have. All of my stuff's in the bio. So just let us know, and we'll catch you guys next time.